Millhaven on KTRS.
7:51, Big 550 KTRS. Been interviewing Joe Edwards for 18 years now, and I remember it was 17 years ago when I had this crazy guy on with long hair talking about a loop trolley. Would it ever really come to fruition? And he said, I'll keep trying. Well, today they start testing the loop trolley. Kevin Barbeau is the executive director of the Loop Trolley Company. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning to you.
So what's going on today?
This week is all about energy. We're testing the power system for the Loop Trolley project, after which we'll be able to start running the trolleys under their own power versus pulling them behind a truck.
Okay, so the fact that you're testing them means you're pretty close to sort of having this thing online.
Correct, yeah. We don't foresee any issues with the substation or overhead wires that have been installed at this point, but we're just going through our procedures to make sure it's approved and accepted before we power them up.
So when do you see this coming online?
This week.
This week?
Beginning this week, those lines will be powered. Not at all times, but as it relates to the public's concerns, it's good policy just to assume they're live at all times, even if they're not.
Right, people won't be able to ride.
Yeah. When will people be able to ride it?
Oh, that won't be till late summer. We've still got a battery of tests that we still have to run throughout the summer just to get all our check marks in place so we can give a safe and comfortable ride to our passengers.
So driving down the loop, you sort of drive over the tracks and around the tracks and through the tracks. Is there any sort of nod to the cars? I mean, is there any kind of training that you have to sort of be able to share the road with the trolley car?
Yeah, there will be a little bit of a learning curve for pedestrians, drivers, and bicyclists, of course. This is a system that hasn't been seen on the streets of St. Louis for 50-plus years, so certainly there will be some information coming out from us on how best to interact with the trolleys, what they'll be doing, what the signals mean that they'll be answering to on the traffic signal heads, just so everyone has enough time to kind of learn what the new normal will be here on Del Mar and De Bolivar.
How many trolley cars are you going to have?
We're going to have 3 total once we open for passenger service. 2 of which are here now. They were refurbished up in Iowa, and they came from the Portland streetcar system. The third one is currently being rehabbed. It's expected in June, and that's actually was built in the early 1900s in Melbourne, Australia.
Wow.
And most recently was on the Seattle streetcar system.
If I'm standing at Skinker and the Del Mar Road or Del Mar Loop there, how long before a trolley will come by and pick me up?
We're looking at 25-minute headways to start. We'll be running 2 trolleys with one third one in storage. There will be opportunity for high ridership periods or special events to deploy that third trolley, but for our start of service, we'll just be having that one as a backup. And so we can always have one being worked on and 2 in service.
So is it a continuous ride, or it makes a number of stops, right?
There are 10 platforms on total going east or going west. So the trolley will stop at each. Hopefully people get on and off at each. And then it'll conclude at the west end over at the University City Library, and at the south end at the Missouri History Museum in Forest Park.
Will I be able to hop on and jump off, depending if it's going slow, or will you frown on that and wait till it comes to a complete stop?
You'll want to wait till it comes to a complete stop. The door, it's not like a system where you just have open bays that you can jump on and off. There are doors that'll be closed during your ride, so the only way to jump on will be when those doors open.
Okay, so there's not a San Francisco treat where the
the
person's hanging off the pole. Okay, good. All right, fair enough. How much is a trip going to cost?
We're still finalizing that, McGraw, but we're going to, of course, make it as affordable as we can while still covering our budget. We're looking at 2-hour, 4-hour, and all-day passes, I can say, as far as the ticket structure. And then again, the pricing on that will be kind of finalized in the next couple of weeks.
Okay,
a month and a half to most.
So testing this week, and then it'll come online sometime later this summer.
Yep.
All right.
The goal of the testing this week is so we can start getting them out under their own power for additional testing. We're going to start looking at our schedule to see how much we can stack, how much we can do to kind of start putting that passenger service data into a clearer light, and start sharing it with the St. Louis population.
Kevin Barbeau, any relation to Adrian Barbeau?
Not that I know of.
All
Not
right,
the first one to ask me that, though.
I'm not the first person?
Oh.
Yeah, I would think.
No.
I would think you would get that quite often. Kevin Barbeau, no relation, Executive Director of the Loop Trolley Company. Kevin, thanks for checking in. 757, Big 550, KTRS.